Hi again. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller, and today I'm going to be doing the second half of my What Solds, which will be for last weekend, September 6th through the 8th. And y'all, it was probably my best weekend for the entire year. And I had sales on all my platforms, and it was just a really good weekend. And we had gone out of town. Maybe that's the secret to all of this. Go out of town and you'll make lots and lots of sales. We had gone to Missouri to attend a funeral. It was a long, short weekend. We drove 11 hours Friday, went to the funeral on Saturday, and then drove 11 hours back on Sunday. But it was very wonderful seeing Robert's mom again. Well, his family, but y'all, I love his mom, so, family. All right, let's go ahead and let me share my treasures, and all the other stuff I sold. On Mercari, I have two to share with you. I sold these, it's moved on to a different screen. I sold these Lego Duplo gray train tracks. Anytime I see these tracks in the bins, I go ahead and grab them. I do very well with them. These sold for $21. And then the other item that sold on Mercari was this My Little Pony Moon Dreamers by Hasbro, sold for a $14 offer. Y'all, Poshmark, and this isn't even my best sell. Not even. This is the Lisa Frank Lollipop Horse. Pretty sure I picked this up at a sale that was happening in one of our local schools, cafeteria. Probably, I don't know if it was last summer or the summer before. I can't see my date on Posh, but it sold for a $110 offer on Poshmark. Love finding Lisa Frank. Love it. All right, and then 3 sales. 3 on Etsy. Don't you think I ain't been putting a bunch of stuff on Etsy this week? I was going in on List Perfectly and picking a date, 1981, like this one is. And then just cross-listing anything that interests me onto Etsy. But now I think I've started doing categories. Like yesterday, I went in and I said, Little People. So any of my vintage Little People stuff, I went ahead and cross-listed over to Etsy. If I said anything else, y'all, I'm talking Etsy. Because on Etsy, everything needs to be vintage, which is before 2005, or, you've made it yourself. So, I think next I'm going to do all of that Barbie stuff that I've been listing, whatever's still left. So on Etsy though, these 3 things sold. I sold the Steak and Garfield plush with the suction cups, and it sold for $29.95. And then I sold this Mattel Kathy Quick Curl doll from 1972 for $16.95. And then this is a Zooborns baby giraffe from Kaplan, and it sold for $89.95. Crazy sales. All right, and then eBay. For those of you who are new to my channel, everything I list starts on eBay, and then I pick and choose what I'm going to cross-list to the other platforms. I do use List Perfectly. I have just this year put all of my eBay items into List Perfectly, and I'm using it to just kind of monitor everything, cross-list those things that are appropriate. But I'm loving it, and I'm using the AI generator for my clothes, and it's just making life so much simpler. But also, I don't do free shipping on any of my platforms, so when I say something sold for $11.66, the buyer also paid shipping. All right, so this first thing that sold was White Mountain puzzles. Y'all, we have tons of them. We pick up most puzzles that we find out there by White Mountain specifically. Who's the other one that does like a whole lot of, I can't remember the other brand. It'll probably come to me after I've passed on this. But we put them together It is something that we enjoy doing, and then I just list them. Most of them are bread and butter. Like this one, it sold for $11.66. But they are just so much fun. All right, Adidas women's black track pants sold for $15. All right, a Becca homeschool curriculum. I think this is one of the ones that Robert picked up when he was back visiting his parents last year. Bought a bunch of them, and I'm down to just a little bit left. This manual sold for $17.95. If you're out and about and you come across curriculum, a Becca is a good one to pick up. Apologia. A Becca is one of the good ones to pick up, but you need to make sure a lot of the books, if it's not like a teacher's manual or an instruction book, may have writing in it. All right, Robert's still sending out offers for me, and this is just one of those examples, been listed a very long time, and it sold for $6.41. Make it go on. All right, Walmart green frog plush sold for $10. I like Walmart plush, especially the older ones. And I do well with it. All right, this was, I think, in one of the one of the bags that I picked up from the red, white, and blue. I actually think in the video I said I'm probably not going to keep this, but after doing a Google Lens, I realized, it was something that was worthy of listing, and it sold immediately. These two little small shark puzzles plush sold for $12.25. Google Lens is your friend. All right, this is a viewer sale, so thanks so much, Hannah. Hannah went in and started doing some of her Christmas shopping, and she bought two of the Wizarding World plush that I had, the Pygmy Puff and that Sirius dog, really odd looking dog, and they sold for $29.62. So thanks again, Hannah. All right, Cora Mariana. When we first listed these a while ago, sold a bunch of it. It was a large lot of stuff. But now I'm down to, I think, maybe the bread plates and some more of these saucers, maybe a couple of cups. I'm not quite sure. I do need to go in and lot up some of the dish sets that I have. But these 4 plates sold for $32.20. Another viewer sale, so thanks, Tina Lynn. Tina Lynn has been buying up my Precious Moments figures. This one was a Jesus Loves Me, and it sold for $15.25. Thanks again, Tina Lynn. I picked up these socks at that private pick estate sale that we went to, where I bought all of that vintage plush. This person also had collected UT stuff, University of Tennessee. And this pair of socks sold for $22.45. UT, y'all had an amazing weekend this weekend. Lots of happy fans in our area. All right, Fiesta Cuddle Sloth Plush sold for $17.95. Carter's John Lennon Rabbit Plush. I've talked about this before. If you ever see any of the John Lennon stuff that's by Carter, especially the blanket, definitely look at comps, but more than likely you're going to want to pick it up. This one did have some condition issues. That's why I usually put read on there, so that hopefully somebody will actually go read the description. But it still sold in less than 2 months for $26.95. Pez, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I think this was a Ben's pickup, I want to say, or it was a yard sale pickup when we were up in Connecticut. I remember seeing on the bag that I paid $1 for all of it, and they sold very, very quickly for $9.86. Talbot's women's dress. I think I picked this up at my favorite little estate sale company. They had a large lot of vintage women's clothes, and most of them I paid $2 on the first day, and then I went back and I paid half price on the last day. And this women's dress and jacket sold for $28.81. Levi's women's shorts, still selling shorts, $10.50. Rugrats twins, Phil and Lil. I'm pretty sure this was in my profit piles that I finally started going through at the beginning of this year. It has made an amazing difference in our sales this year. I'm up like, I want to say 28% from last year. So I'm really glad that I buckled down and really got into my profit piles. Just the smalls and other stuff tend to get set aside so that the larger stuff gets processed. But these Rugrat figures sold for $12.50. I actually had 2 of them. Thai giraffe plush, again, another older listing. But the funny thing is all of a sudden a lot of this stuff is selling without offers. This sold at the sale price of $8.05. Heading into fourth quarter. All right, FAO Schwartz brown dog plush sold for $20.20. I just listed it last month. Another FAO Schwartz German Shepherd sold for $10.09. I have learned that FAO Schwartz, you know, I'll still pick up some of them, especially like the dogs, but they don't sell for a whole lot, which it's a nice quality. All right, funny story about this is I had it listed a long time ago and it was in my store forever, and at some point either it got unlisted or I pulled it, and it was just sitting in my totes. And when I pulled it out, I finally was able to use Google Lens. You know, Google Lens isn't that old. So a lot of stuff went in my baskets because I couldn't identify it. Come to find out, it is a series called Teddy's Wonderland. And when I figured that out, relisted it, had a really nice price, and it sold for $60. And it went to eBay International. Love Google Lens. All right, this is Starbucks Barista Meow Bear from 2002. I like the Starbucks plush. They don't sell for a lot, and they don't sell quickly, but I think they're cute, and I probably still would pick them up as long as, you know, they're bins or something. This one sold for $11.66. South Park Eric Cartman plush sold for $12.49. Bin 10. I pick up a lot of like action figures when I'm at the bins, and anytime you see that little green hourglass thing, just know that it has been 10. I actually sold 2 figures this weekend, and this one sold for $11.43. Famosa vinyl cloth doll. This one was cute. I don't remember how it happened, but I think when you squeezed its belly, it winked. Very cute. Did take a while to sell. Sold for $30.55. I love dolls. I don't know a lot about them, but I'm learning. I'm learning. All right, Build-A-Bear Lil Furry Friends Turkey plush sold for $12. First and Main Tender Teddy Bear plush sold for $10. Again, an old listing. Glad to see it moving. Fisher-Price Spaghetti and Mac and Cheese Replacement pieces sold for $9. Mattel Barbie Pose Me Pets sold for $9. Again, another old listing. Fisher-Price Imaginext Ship Pieces and Parts. Anytime I find these little pieces and parts to the Fisher-Price stuff, I will pick them up. If, you know, even if I have to buy a broken ship and then bring it home and pull the parts off, I will do that. As long as, you know, it's relatively cheap. And these pieces sold for $18.85. Play School Rumblin' Dump Truck from 2002 sold for $9.86. Levi's. Let's talk Levi's. I'm going to do a video probably today to get it out because I saw a post yesterday in Facebook that had said this person got 4, I think it was 4 Veros on Levi's, but they don't ship internationally. They only use the eBay international shipping. I talked about this before when they first turned global shipping over into eBay international. I was putting exclusions to not ship to Europe for all of my Levi's, but then they changed the screens and I was no longer able to do it. I actually thought I had lots of comments about people saying that, you know, eBay had fixed that issue. So I stopped excluding Europe until I saw this post yesterday. So I'm going to be doing a video later today on how you can go into eBay now and exclude your Levi's from being shipped to Europe. Because I thought it was a done issue with eBay international shipping that, you know, if something can't be shipped internationally, it wouldn't be made available. But this person got 4 zeros. So definitely be careful with anything. I know like Levi's and like pocket knives shouldn't be in the program. So if you sell anything like this, or if you know of other things that we need to be blocking from going to specific countries, let me know. Let me know. All right, well, anyway, these Levi's jeans sold for $15.94. Another Ben 10 figure, this one sold for $6.26. If you look on his back here, you'll see that little hourglass. All right, Curious George. I'm pretty sure he was in one of my bags from the Red, White, and Blue. I just listed him last month, and he sold for $13.45. Manhattan Kids. Love that brand. Just doesn't sell usually for a whole lot. This one did take like almost a year to sell. This little reindeer sold for $17.96. Converse All-Star sneakers sold for $14. Again, almost a year to sell. Cecil Company Brown Bear. Again, the bears are moving and they're not even through offers. $9.86. Scentsy Buddy Rabbit Plush. Easy to recognize once you know what you're looking for. I pick these up a lot of times at the bins, but most of them don't sell for a whole lot. This rabbit sold for $13. Alan Flusser men's shirts. I picked a couple of these up at a yard sale one time. Again, they took about 10 months to sell, but it sold for $22.21. They're very interesting. Let me go show you the neck. Right here, it's got that writing, like embroidered branding on the inside. Just really nice quality. We're getting close to my big sales for the weekend. Clark's men's leather boots. We buy a lot of Clark's. You know, a lot of them are $15 to $20, but these boots actually sold for $39.95. Toy Factory. Again, not a brand I normally pick up. It's usually whatever the plush is that gets my attention. And this was a kind of a nice quality plush, larger, 15-inch, and it sold for $17.95. All right, and then this Walmart dinosaur. Again, love Walmart, $8.96. I think these last 3 are my big sales I wanted to share with you guys. First thing, sold one of my Liberty wooden puzzles we picked up at our friend's estate sale company that we helped at. I want to say I paid about 20 bucks each. We put them together. Really neat puzzles. And this first one of the Map of America sold very quickly for $150. And then y'all, my Sasha doll. I paid, I want to say $3.99 at the Red, White, and Blue when we were up there in Connecticut. And she sold almost within a few days of listing her. I had sent out an offer and they accepted it, $179.95. Not even my best sale, y'all. Look what else sold. The other, we have 3 Liberty puzzles. This is the second one. This one we put together first, and it was actually the one with the fewest pieces. It only had 241 pieces. But again, about 20 bucks, $25 for it, and it sold for our full price of $299.95. Let me show you these pieces. Look at them. Amazing puzzle. Amazing. And everything fit perfectly together. All right, hope you guys enjoyed that. This week's sales have been pretty consistent, a little bit above average, which that's normal for me. I'm heading into fourth quarter, and so fingers crossed. I'm trying to get through a whole bunch of stuff to get them listed, and then get them cross listed, which right there in and of itself has been the issue. Just not enough time, y'all, not enough time. But all right, it's time for all of us to get to work. Bye.